Bruh. What it does, what is good, what is poppin', everybody. My name is C. Yo.
My name is John.
And I'm Uncle Dan.
Welcome to episode 91 of Bad Habits Podcast. We're in the motherfucking building. What's good, yo? What's good?
Hey, yows.
What is good?
I feel like clapping. Like Noriega.
Need
What's
some
crack?
air and some more hooching and hollering. But,
You know we love a bit of hooting and or hollering.
I mean, what the fuck is that fucking color of drink, mate? What are you sipping on there?
This is just a CBD one, but low. This is like 10 milligrams, so it doesn't
It's like-
touch the sides.
raspberry soda.
Cranberry honey crisp apple.
Jesus Christ.
So this is the one Tiff gets this one, but she gets a lemon lime one. She just found her favorite, and then we just order. You can only order, I think, 30 grams of cannabis, and each item is assigned a different amount of grams per order. So we just max it out. We get one order for her to max up and one for me. And I was like, she doesn't want to try any of the fun. She doesn't like sugar, so she doesn't want to try the fun flavors. So I was like, and the CBD drinks have way better flavors than the THC stuff. So I want to try this one. I didn't think the color would be pretty. I think I've had a few of these. Yeah, it's pretty sexy. What do you got there?
Mate, I'm smoking some cherry vanilla cookies.
All right.
Alright.
Fucking weed flavors are the hilarious shit of all time, man.
Aims are out of control, dude. Like, this is the first time actually sparking this up. I got this shit today. This is the first time diving into it.
All right. Wow.
No. It's like anything to do with the cookie strain is ridiculous. It's like it's super good. Like, you can't
Cookies.
go wrong.
Cookies for the win.
Cookies.
Yeah,
What are you
for
sipping
me.
on, Dan?
I'm sipping on this large cup of vodka.
Oh wow,
just
you're
straight,
a fucking
just straight vodka.
Russian, mate. Just like
You can
straight
drink
up.
it and not even make a face. It's
wow.
great.
You're a fucking
It's
hard
fucking
cunt.
hard.
Hardest cunt on this podcast, mate.
I know.
Oh.
Pause, but facts.
I don't know, like,
No, facts, facts.
well odd, letting in
Well, odd.
Well hard.
I'm trying to think if there's anything to start off with. We've got a few little things. I'm
Mhm.
trying to think if there's Yeezy news. The only thing, I think,
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, yes,
Hey,
yes,
gang,
yes.
gang. It was yesterday.
Easy.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so happy birthday for yesterday, you fucking old cunt, eh? Fucking
Cheers, cunts.
Wait, 21, mate? 21?
Yeah, I guess call it 21.
21.
Got 21.
Nice,
You know what I'm
nice.
saying? I can drink.
21 and a half.
I can drink now, legally.
Next
Is
year.
yeah, I totally even forgot about that. Yeah, so that was, what is it, Monday? We're actually recording this on the Monday instead of yesterday. I just wanted to take some time. We never do anything for anything ever. So I was like, I just don't want to do much work. We didn't really do any work over the weekend. So it was chill, man. Really low key. Whatevs. You know, out here. Ate good, drank good. Maz was lamping. So that was nice. The fucking... Oh, yeah, we dropped a video. Speaking of that. I always...
song.
Yes, we dropped the new... And so every year since basically 2012, I've dropped something for my birthday. A mixtape, an album, a single, a video, a show, something. This year we dropped the video for a song off my album Relentless called I Got Next, which features Maya Clarity, and Notion on the track, and a young flag-waving
Waving.
British gentleman.
Yes.
Might be right
Really?
here.
The highlight of the video.
Easily.
Easily.
So that was cool, man. King Rich on the visuals again. So right on this channel, if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. Actually, I will put it in the description.
Might as well just do it, because
Yeah.
cunts don't fucking click around, mate. Just
You know
do
what?
it.
You're
Give
right.
it to the people, mate.
Yeah, no, I do. I put the links to all of the music in the description of both this and the audio. So however you're hearing this, it's in the description. I'll put it at the top, though. I'll move it to the top. It's still the same I Got Next link. I just added the YouTube video to the FFM so you can access the song wherever you listen to music, and now on YouTube for the vid. So it came out really cool. We shot it here in Montreal with Dan and I. And then shout out to Josh Telfer, who we've talked about before. We've had him on. He does our cover art, and he shot the video portion for Toronto with Maya and Uncle Nosh, which was dope. He did the same thing for Let Justice Prevail, the last video. So he did it out in BC, where he lives now.
Super good.
which was super cool. So Josh has really come through for the Mandem on that. So that was nice to get that one out. So third video from the album. We're going to keep working on them just throughout the year and over the summer. No more. We were trying to avoid winter filming, but I think we got to it in like early December or late November.
Yeah.
And it was okay here, but you guys had it bad. You guys did it like 2 weeks after us, and that was the fuck up.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate chilly evening. But
It was only because of Josh's schedule. Yeah. Got it did. So check that out. Link in description. Fire ass video. So that was the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
The only Yeezy news I have this week.
Drip news. The intro sound effect for drip news when you have like a drippy segment, because you always touch on it.
I do, right? It'd be cool just to have like a sort of like a
a new thing, like just,
but just with droplet water droplets.
Just droplets.
easy.
So what happened? So okay, two things. So I think after last episode, I was looking at, so there's a brand called Crep, C-R-E-P, and they're like a cleaning brand for sneakers. They got like, hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, verified of that. They're pretty sick. So I use their cleaning kit to clean the Yeezys. I literally clean, if I wear them once, clean them like every single time. Proper. It's like my friend Cam, I talked about him a bunch here. He told me to do it, and I thought he was being ridiculous, and now I do it every time, and I feel like it's like every time you put them on, you just feel fresher,
brand new.
Yeah, and like it's weird, but like we don't wear shoes in the house, so because I literally scrub the soles, like you can actually wear the shoes in the house before you leave, which is kind of convenient. So I've been washing them a lot. So I was like, I don't know, one of their posts came up, and I just checked the page, and I thought, let me just see what they're selling, because I wanted a shoe bag. We're going to Toronto in a few days, and I wanted a bag, and they ended up having one. It's this sort of big bag, and it's perfectly made to. You can fit, I think, 4 pairs of shoes, and there's a zip thing at the top where you can put the cleaning stuff. So I hope it arrives before we leave. It might not, though, because it's coming from the UK.
It's like getting the cases that I have for my New Era fitted hats. That's exactly the same shit.
Yes, I have that as well, because you got one for me. So I bring that everywhere whenever I travel with all the hats in it. So now I got the shoe bag, which is ridiculous. So I'm hoping it arrives before Thursday. So that's pretty lit.
That's cool.
So I'm excited about that. Secondly, so where we live in Montreal, I don't really see many Yeezys when we're walking around. I'm always making sure I'm dripping, even if I'm going to the supermarket. I'm
exposed, bro.
The drip is not a joke team. So then yesterday
is the flex though, because if you're dripping at the supermarket, bro, it sets the precedent for every cunt. They're like, oh, what does he look like when he goes out?
Like I'm saying, basically the same. Basically the same.
A walking fountain.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just a faucet. Just on. So we went to this area called Griffintown, which is where Rich used to live. I don't know if you ever went down there. But there's a street called Notre Dame. We went to a cafe called September Surf because they sell... We went for brunch at this dope spot because I haven't been for brunch in 2 years, longer. And we finally got to do that, which was really nice. I went to get a coffee first because the brunch place is more of a diner style. They don't have fire coffee. So we went to get a coffee and then walk up. We went to this cafe, been there a bunch of times, like half a dozen times at least. They sell craft beer, they got good food as well, but it wasn't like we wanted more of it. It's kind of like a chill cafe, like it's like a separate thing, whatever. But we went in there, as we walked in, we saw this older dude sitting in the window wearing the Yeezy 350 Oreos.
Ooh.
Like, okay. Honestly,
I'd be like, yeah, I see your drip cut.
I saw, like, Dan noticed it first and told me, so I don't think, but you said you saw him looking at us, yeah?
Yeah,
because we all had him on. He was looking? So then we're in there, lighting up. No, we'd ordered, waited for the coffee, and Dan's like, oh, see that dude? I think he's got Yeezys on. And I looked, and oh, fuck, he does. And then Tiff was like, oh, look at that girl sitting at the counter, and she had the Yeezy hoodie, the same one that we both had on, which is the black Yeezy Gap hoodie, because you can just tell when you see them, like you just know, because they have this. Pardon?
Y'all hug? Everybody should have this group hug. Yeezy gang hug.
No, well, it got even more than this. Then I think the girl next to the guy in the window had him on. Inside, right? Sitting inside. So I didn't see what she had. What did she have?
She had white Yeezys, but it wasn't just the cream ones. It was
the new one, the Bone?
It might have been Bone. Let me check.
Because Bone just dropped like 3 weeks ago. Let's see. So then that, and then we were standing next to there's this girl, like very unassuming, like that Bone? Yeah. So they must have dropped. She's wearing bright white ones.
Yeah.
It'd be Bone for sure. Mm-hmm. Then there's this girl like standing next to us, also waiting for her coffee, and she had all black. I don't know what they were. The reflect black, or maybe it's called black, or the
It was reflective something.
Yeah, the black reflective ones. I forgot the name of them. 350. So everyone's wearing 350s. And then Tiff had the Breads. I had the Dazzling Blues. Dan had the fucking Cinders. So, like... Is that what she had? No, they didn't have the lines on them. There's no black reflect. That's basically what she had. That one. Oh, maybe it just looks like... Pretty sure that's what she had. So maybe it wasn't, but because it was daytime, they weren't reflecting.
Yeah.
So, either way, I've never been in any place with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 6 people at least with Yeezy shoes on and then someone with the hoodie on. I've never been around that. Even the only place was in LA. We went to like the stores on Fairfax, like Flight Club, that have them, they're selling them. I've never been around that many Yeezys before. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? It was weird. Like,
Shit's so funny, bro.
Yeah, I just want to mention it. I know it's like we always talk about Yeezys all the time, but
It'd be like, you know how like if Kanye had like a video clip and they have some random little scene where it's like a product placement thing, that would be the scene where like all
yes.
all just like Yeezy out in the coffee shop lamp and stuff.
Well, I was like, why that area? Why does that area have an influx of Yeezy wearing people? Like, I don't understand. I mean, maybe because that's like kind of Liberty Village. It's like ish,
right?
Where they've got like lots of condos. Like, if we were gonna buy here, we would buy in Griffintown because there's no other places really to live with condos and shit. So like, yeah, it was just strange, man. Like, in a good way. I was like, fuck. And I was saying, we were talking about it today because we went to get a coffee today, and obviously we were dripped out, the vibes. And fuck.
Any other way?
Oh, mate. So now, we said to Tim, I was like, honestly, like, as it sort of warms up, like, we're going to go down there once a week. Sweet. And I want to see what's going on. I want to bust. I'm going to have like a spreadsheet and plan out the drip. So I know I'm going to make sure I wear different Yeezys.
Wow.
Every time. Because I want them to know. Because, like, all of us had 350s, and I was almost, like, to the point where I was, like, played out. I wish I had the Wave Runners or some shit on, Just to let them know. I'm like,
dude.
Look, this is Yeezy gang out here. Like, we out here. You know
Sounds like a job.
It's pretty serious. I'm not joking. It's I spend in it.
No joke, Tink.
No, I spend way too much time thinking about it. But the drip.
Such a tough one.
The drip life chose me, bro. I didn't choose it.
Like, fits you well. Just like
appreciate it. Well, they really do for the most part when you get the right sizing. That's the only problem.
0.5 pissed me off. Like, get out of town. They don't have a 13.5 in Yeezys, do they, dude?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I do.
Ridiculous. That sounds ludicrous. I had to buy a pair of, Aldo? Bought a pair of, like, swaggy little casual, that's what they're classed as, casual shoes. And I had to get a 14, and it was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm like, and I just felt weird. And then the shoes were just fucking off joints at the front. I was like, no.
They start to become ridiculous when they get. I think I'm in the top. You like because if you're true to size, like if you went and just bought regular Nikes or Adidas, you would be a 13, not a 12, right?
Yeah.
See, I used to be. I don't know how. Maybe I shrunk or some shit, but I'm just a normal 12. So yeah, it's like half size up. So they do half sizes. There's one model I have the 500. So I got 500 high. So it's kind of like you could get like I don't know. I think it's like dunks. You get the dunks in low or high type of thing. So these are the highs. And they did not have half sizes, so I just got a 13, and it's perfect. The slides and the foams don't come in half sizes, so you just get a full size up. But all the 350s, the 700s, all the other shit, all come in, basically, the vast majority come in half sizes. But you got to look it up, and you got to take a consensus of what everybody's saying. So, like, the blue ones I have, they're all black with the blue line. So they're called the Dazzling Blues. They're like a range where they have...
Fire as shit.
Yes, super fire. So apparently, I didn't know this, but there's 3 different ones. The one they just redrew called the Oreos, which are just
cream,
basically like a beige almost line through it. And then they've got the white ones with the line and the red ones, and then the blue ones were the new ones. So those white, red, and Oreos were the original drop of the black shoes. Then they brought the blues in, and then they're redropping them all slowly this year. So those ones apparently fit extra snug for some fucking reason. So I should have gone a 13 in those, but I didn't know. They're fine. Actually, I've worn them a bunch, and they're fine. But they don't fit quite the same as my other ones that fit 12 and a half. And there's another one, the very first 350 V2s, which is the Beluga. They're grey, all grey, and they got kind of like a subtle orange sort of thing through it. They're super fine, but they fit small too. But I didn't know that when I got them. So, like, typically, I've got 4 pairs of 350, 4 or 5, 4. And all of them fit the same, except those black ones. So, like, you don't know, but I didn't know when I fucking put my thing in from. So like there's even inconsistencies within the same silhouette. So it's like
makes it impossible. Well,
almost impossible.
Hard to get the right fitters.
Yeah, it's super difficult. I think there was, I don't know if I said it last time. There's one that they did these desert boots. They're pretty drippy. They're just like they kind of just like fall boots, not quite winter boots, but like fall boots, and they're all like a tan or beige or whatever. And I was, while they weren't it wasn't a draw. It was like you had to buy them, and they were available. And then I went and watched like 4 YouTube videos, and there was 2 of them saying go a size up, and 2 of them saying go 1.5 sizes up.
Whoa.
And by the time I looked at those and went back to the app, they were all sold out, so I couldn't.
1.5? Like, come on.
Which is pretty ridiculous. 1.5 was like
That sounds
crazy.
That sounds crazy. 1.5.
Because they were saying that there's like some sort of heel cup, and if you don't get the right size, the heel cup becomes annoying. So that's why I was kind of happy I didn't get them, because if I got the wrong size, like there's nothing you can do. Like you're just stuck with it. You got to try and sell them. Like I've got the second pair of the Wave Runners because we hit twice, and now I don't know what. I'm struggling to sell them because I guess they just got the relaunch, so the interest is kind of like peaked, and I guess over time as it'll wait, then people will be more interested in them again.
Yeah.
So it's the shoe game, guys. It's a whole ordeal. Anyway,
stock market, mate. Just got to wait for it to go back up again.
It's fucking ridiculous. Basically, yeah, exactly right. So I'll shut up about that because I know I keep going. Apparently they're re-releasing the Turtle Dove. So the very first 350s, the 350 V1s, I don't like them at all, if I'm honest. But the very first ones that ever came out, apparently they're re-releasing them soon. And I think if you want to buy a pair now, you'd be looking at $1,500.
Yeah.
Fuck out.
On StockX. But this is what's coming, or this is old?
No, it is old. It's just every
original drop.
All the original drops, yeah.
2016 was what? The Oreos?
That was these 3 came out
Fuck.
at the same time. Yeah. 2016. I remember my friend got a pair of them.
Which one, the red ones?
The red stripe, and he sold it for £500. And then like a month later, they're worth over £1,000.
So if you had to hang on to it just for a little
You
bit.
don't even know. Just never even know.
It's really hectic, man. Like, it's a strange. 2017 for the Breads, 2017 for the Zebras. They
Which
just
is-
re-released the Zebras the day before my birthday, but it was US only. I was vexed. I think that's probably the main other pair of 350s I wanted, the Zebras. And then I feel like, that's yours, right? They're re-bringing out the Sesames.
Interesting.
Soon.
You see these ones?
Which one? Frozen yellow. Go describe it for the man down.
Frozen yellow. Ugh. Horrible.
Oh, they're horrible, yeah.
They're the worst ones I've ever seen.
People like them, so they're like fluorescent yellow with like
Yeah.
the tiger straps and stuff. It's
very
zebra
weird.
straps, yeah. It's interesting, man. It's a whole world. I feel bad talking about it for too long.
Mm.
Punchy fighting sports.
Yes.
Oh, UFC.
What night was it? Saturday?
Saturday
Yeah,
night.
you guys talk about the punchy.
Go for it, Dan. What? No. See what?
UFC 274? No, 273, I think. 273. So it was fucking sick.
Oh,
It was crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I was watching it, so there was so many big fights. Like the people saying there's 3 main events because the Hamza Chimaev was fighting Gilbert Burns, even though that wasn't an actual championship fight. It was just people want to see how good this Hamza guy is. So basically, he's some guy from Sweden by way of Russia, and he's like he's just crazy. And he's fought all these unranked people, and he absolutely demolished everyone. And then he said, in one of his post-fight interviews, he took the mic. He was like, "Bring me anyone, I'll kill them all." And he was just screaming on the mic, and then he challenged the ranked number 2 in his weight class. So that's like unheard of, to be fighting unranked to then fighting the second best in the whole weight division. And then he won. He won the fight. But like, it was crazy. One of the probably could be the best UFC fight I've ever seen, because it was just 2 absolutely fucking sick fighters just absolutely fucking each other up. It was insane. Like, I couldn't believe it. There was parts where you could see that it was Chimaev's like best opponent. He was getting absolutely swung for in the face, but then he kept on getting taking these licks to the face, but then keep on going like this. And they kept on getting punched in the face, and he kept on having him come again. And like, he was insane, but he won the fight as well, which is it was crazy, sick fight. And then what was the other main event? Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. Sick Jamaican fight versus Russian guy. The second fight they've had, because the first one ended in disqualification
For the Russian guy, right?
for the Russian guy. So
Okay.
he was absolutely battering the Jamaican guy, like absolutely fucking him up.
for?
Hmm?
What did he get disqualified for in the first match?
An illegal knee to the head.
Oh, because the opponent's knee was on the mat.
So yeah, he was on. Sterling was on the mat, and he accidentally kneed Sterling in the head.
Oh, it just happened, right?
Yeah. It seemed like it just happened.
Yeah,
And he got disqualified, lost his title, and then Sterling didn't fight for a year until now. He had surgery and he was injured, so he never fought for his championship belt ever. So then people getting onto him saying this guy shouldn't be champion, he's shit. And then Peter Yan, the guy who got disqualified, became interim champion. So then leading up to the fight, it was champion versus champion. So whoever won is the undisputed champion. And then, like I said, he was getting fucked up in the first fight, but in the second fight, he fought incredible. Like, I couldn't believe it. But he won because he was just much more tactical. He got him on the ground, and Yan couldn't get out of it. So
The Jamaican one.
The Jamaican man won.
Nice.
He won. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. I stood up watching it, like, and I choked on my drink when they said he won. I couldn't believe it. It was insane. And the final fight, Alexander Volkanovski, some Australian guy, versus the Korean Zombie, and this Australian guy just probably a 10 out of 10 fight. That was the perfect fight. Like, he never put a foot wrong.
That was the only one I watched. It was great.
It was
so good. He mixed it up. He was just keeping him, his toes. He was fucking just finding the gaps and shit. It was ridiculous.
It was literally a flawless fight. Like, insane. Yeah. And the guy was like super Australian, super Aussie.
Yeah, it's from Sydney up that way. And he was like, what did he say at the end? He was saying some funny Aussie shit, like the post interview with Rogan. Like, it was something funny. It was good though. I enjoyed it.
Good shit.
Yeah. And the other dude, sorry,
fucking Australia, mate.
All fucking day. And the Korean Zombie dude was just like really good at taking punches. And homeboy,
the ref had to stop it because he wouldn't go down. Like, Volkanovski,
and they're probably just a bit worried about him.
Yeah, you have to at that point because he wouldn't have gone down. And he would have probably died in that ring and he wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
Like, he's the type of guy you submit. Like, there's certain fighters where if you do like submissions to them, they'd rather break an arm or pass out than tap. And he's definitely one of them.
Oh my God.
Insane people. But yeah, it was a sick fight. Great event. One of my favourites. Probably the best since the first one after lockdown. That was the Conor McGregor one.
Oh, true. That was fucking wild. That guy's
fucking insane. Like, he was sick, so I'm very happy I caught that. I'm very, very happy. Wait,
even the fight, forget the name. There was two chicks who were fighting, and one of them did like a flying armbar, almost like ripped this.
Oh yeah. She was like hanging off her, but trying to do an armbar at the same time.
What's an armbar?
You get. It's hard to describe. I'll get you a picture.
Armbars like in the air, so you jump on a cunt. You have to grab the arm in a certain way, so when you're like hanging off it, you're pulling it like the other way.
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen that before.
You're still on the floor.
Oh, you're fucked if you get that.
Yeah.
If you're in that position, you're
because you're gonna break your shoulder if you don't tap out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how far do they go? Do they do it? Do they go it as far as they can? Do they just try and rip your shoulder off? They try and rip your shoulder off.
Yeah, and then it's either snaps or you tap before.
They're literally trying to, and they have the discipline to stop because you tap, and that's just how they roll. That's just like what they do.
It's the same when you do like a guillotine choke. Like if you don't tap out, you'll have to pass out. Like, they'll do it until you pass out.
It's true. Because if you don't tap, you're going to pass out.
You're literally going to pass out. Yeah.
If you want to get
so savage.
It's crazy.
Guys are fucked, bro.
Mm-hmm. They really are.
It's a little hard to take pause sometimes.
Pause, like,
It's just like when the brute force violence of this shit. I'm over it for the most part, but like
when you think about it, like, bro, get choked out and see how you feel. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, now I'm watching. I'm like, because I don't know. I don't have feelings towards anyone. So like,
with a non-dommy, like, you know what I mean?
Oh mate, that shit goes a fucking rip up. But like, man, it might not be enough for these cunts. It's a little zany. It's just like it's much because like if I'm watching it, if I'm like. I usually don't like seeing anybody at any... I like equality. Equality is something that's important to me as a human. So if I see an unequal situation, even if that person is just technically inferior, I don't like it. I don't like seeing like someone get their fucking ass beat. Unless I hate them. So if you hate the motherfucker, see, like most people don't like Conor McGregor see him get his ass beat, you're like, yeah, you shit talking cunt, fucking suck shit, right? That's cool with me. But like I just don't like seeing like too much, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit hectic.
There's some UFC fights where you're just like, oh shit. Like usually it's like entertaining, like, oh yeah, he's getting the cunt, yeah, sweet, good comeback or whatever. Sometimes you can just tell it's like he punched his head. He didn't even punch him on the chin. He punched through his head, and that fucking hurt. The cunt's in the 5th row. Like those big impacts and like maybe a knee to the chest where like you, as a viewer, it's like, oh my god, I got kicked in the tits.
It's a little rough. I do like it when it's like, say it's pretty even the whole time, and then maybe towards the end, one person just gets tired, or one person just finds the opening and just gets those few things in there enough to finish him. That's okay, because part of the fucking thing. But when like someone's just getting their ass beaten, and I didn't know that they could like literally. If you are for some reason aren't able to tap out, they could literally rip your arm, maybe not off, because I don't think they could rip it off, but they could dislocate it and very, very seriously injure you forever.
Yeah.
Like as in like irreparable.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
like you have to have surgery. It's just fucked.
Like people just call it early, like the green zombie joint. Like
Yeah.
Right. So they see it happening.
And if
boxed up to fall over, but he was not even responding. He's like, no, that's enough. I've seen enough. You're not doing enough to doing enough to save yourself, so I'm going to call it. That's why Herb Dean, excuse me. That's why Herb Dean is one of the most, revered fucking UFC referees.
Yeah. He's the most famous one.
He's the dude with the dreads, right?
With the dreads, and he's been in UFC for years.
Everything. He's been one of the OG.
People getting onto him recently, though,
for being such a good referee and calling it when it needs to be called. Like, he's a safe ref. He just cares about the fighters and is a good cunt. So he would definitely call a fight early to make sure someone doesn't get an extra 5 punches that could cause them brain damage or whatever. Like, he's a good cunt like that. So need more refs like Herb Dean. So respect, mate.
Why are people getting shitting on him?
Because he's meant to be that kind of guy, but then like in some fights recently, it's just like people saying he just called it like ages ago. But then like this fight last time,
he did the right thing.
Yeah,
it's a hard job, man. Like everyone's like,
it's
the same thing. Any referee or umpire in any sport, you're like, fucking cunt's blind, bro. Like I don't know. I can imagine being a referee would be pretty tough.
It would be tough.
You're never going to see anything. You're just going to see what you can. And, if you're wrong, you're wrong. It is what it is. At least for a professional sport, you got to play back. When we were playing basketball as kids, I'm sure when you're playing soccer matches, if you got refs, like, are they refs or umpires? Refs as well. Like, I don't know. All you do is bitch on the ref. Man, come fuck travel, bro. Like, whatever,
Well,
like, and you get mad about it, but I can imagine, he's got to look everywhere. And usually there's 2 of them. He or she, sorry. Like, yeah, it's hard. They got to run with you, and they're wearing pants and these stupid shirt, like Foot Locker shirt. Like, they're out of here anyway. So we talk about, hey,
referees are cardio machines. Like especially the Aussie rule football cunts, they just go soccer referees run all they do. Cardio machines, dog. Marathon monsters.
Good for them. Yeah, right. Under wraps. So shouts to y'all. It's nearly half an hour. We've been talking about Yeezys and UFC. Not bad.
There we go, right here. We're talking all about the shit and stuff and the things.
So let's go to new music for the week. Maybe we'll go through some of the things that we saw, and then we'll go into the link, the hip hop by the numbers shit. So Bia did a song with J. Cole called London. Interesting the way you described it here, Nosh. I'll let you talk about it first, but did you hear it too?
I saw the Cole feature on Twitter. But
you didn't watch it?
Didn't see the whole thing.
I watched the video. Let me know what you think, Nosh.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Overall, wasn't too bad. Like I was just confused because never heard of her before, never seen her before. But just how had he won? There's a bit of Cardi B in there and Chromas. It was bad. Like overall, I was not really a fan. The J. Cole part was cool. He comes in hard pause and it did his job and really helped the track have that lift to make it a real decent song overall, to make it a good product to sell. Wasn't a huge fan of that, but it's weird.
So she's been around for a while. She's not doing nothing, and she's American, She's not British, from my understanding. So I don't think this song is any reflection of what she would normally do.
So then I need to check some other stuff then, because that was just like I thought, because
it was like
landing at Heathrow and etc. like that. I thought that was just, London, obviously, but like I don't know. I just thought she was from London, innit? She also says in a verse. I was like, okay, well, fuck.
She said what?
She says in a verse.
Yeah, they're like talking all London slang and stuff like that, and like whatever. It was weird. She did like the kind of the comparison you made is pretty accurate as far as Haiti. Like she did those kind of weird flows.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like drillish flows that.
Kind of drillish. But...
Yeah, and Cole did well, but it wasn't for me. I thought the hook was weak as fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
But whatever. I don't know. I just don't think that song's for us. Like that's all really. So that was interesting because whenever there's a Cole feature, you want to check that. Pusha-T dropped another single from his forthcoming album, which I heard the name for it, but I forgot what it was. It was something weird that didn't really seem like a Pusha album. And it was called Neck and Wrist, featuring Jay-Z, produced by Pharrell. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I listened to it 3-4 times. I can't really get into it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I fuck with Push. Jay is one of the greatest of all time, obviously. Push is in my top 10. I just didn't really like the flow. They put some weird effect. It reminded me of the shit songs on 444, where they sounded like an amateur mixed them and they recorded it in a room that had too much noise. I don't know, and I've never really been a large fan of Pharrell across the board. I think he's obviously a genius, and music is mostly not for me. But he does obviously have some fucking bangers. I think the hook. I didn't like the hook. Didn't like the way he was recorded. Didn't like the mixing. Didn't like the rhymes are okay. Like it just didn't do it
I didn't like
at all. I was really disappointed because Diet Coke was fire.
Yeah. I know. It was weird. I listened to it. As soon as I saw it was released, I was like, yeah, I have to listen to it straight away.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was kind of whack, dude. It just wasn't that good. And I saw people saying that Jay's verse was sick, so I listened to it multiple times. I was like, this is kind of shit.
Yeah, it did, as you guys said.
Yeah.
Mega mid. But you nailed it. Everything kind of had a little bit of an off feel to it. Like I mean, as soon as you mentioned the room noise and the amateur mixing with Jesus Christ, like, I think who did that shit? We should check.
Yeah. Obviously, it was a stylistic choice.
Yeah, of course. But it's just so funny that you can have all those comments about it, and I'm like, that's crazy, bro. You kind of fucking know that shit.
I just hated it for so many reasons, and I hate is a strong word.
Like, it's just I get it.
Yeah. But we all wanted to love it. Obviously, we're all fans of both those cats.
Love them both. Yeah.
I'm still like amped as shit for the album, so it's nothing changed there. But just a little disappointed, and because I listened to it first, I think I was like drunk or high or some bullshit, like a late night thing. Maybe like on Thursday when it dropped, maybe like late night. I listened to it and I was like, this is not great. And then I think over the weekend, I listened to it 2-3. I saw more people talking about it. I was like, let me go back and check it a few more. It's Push and Jay. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know when the album's dropping, but hopefully that is no indication of the rest of the project.
Mm-hmm.
Banks dropped her album. So Banks is a singer from Cali. I've talked about her a bunch. It's her 4th album called Serpentina.
Nice.
I like it a lot. Oh, I got something I want to talk about with this. So it's got like 12 tracks. She does sort of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's like soulful R&B, electro poppy, sometimes mildly indie, really melodic, a lot of minor key shit. Like I just love her stuff. She's fantastic. She did a lot. Shlomo, who's a producer, he did like a full album with Jeremiah a few years back. He did a lot of her stuff. So yeah, it's just cool. It was good. I got to listen to it a few more times. Like I don't think it was say good as the last one, but I didn't love the last one. There were growers, and the best albums for me are growers. So I'm excited for that. So definitely worth if you're into that type of shit. Even Beat Butcher, if anyone's familiar with him, he's a UK dude I've been following for probably 15 years. And he's like Grammy winning now. And he's like a grimy dude who used to produce for like Brad Strutt and shit. and now he's fucking winning Grammys. Produced for Banks, part of the songs off Banks. Did Kanye shit, Griselda, like everybody. He's just all over. It's just really cool to see that. I've got his personal thing on. I've got him on Facebook, like just a regular dude. He's just talking about his Grammys. I've got a bunch of people Grammy winners on my personal Facebook page from the years. It's crazy just seeing dudes come up. So that's sick. So something that Banks did and something pushed it. Tiff the other day was like, yo, when we were looking for the song, I was like, yo, can you play that again? And then she went to his Spotify and he had all of these EPs. There was like 6 of them with like 6 songs, right? And they were all separate. I'm going to pull it up just so I can show Dan here. And Nosh, I'm not sure if you have access to it. But, so basically, on his profile, all of a sudden, if you go under, I think it's, pardon?
On Spotify?
On Spotify.
Yeah,
so he's got, maybe there's not 6, I lied, there was 4. And he's got, say there's one here called Rags to Riches. 6 songs. All old songs, right? Look at them. All got 24 million, 28 million, 11 million. Numbers on the board. No Regrets, Pain, all these joints. Rags to Riches, right? That's what it's called. It's just all, it reminds me of the old Good Music stuff, where it's like the same format. This has all got black and white photos of him and then red capital writing. Next one. And they're all released, I think, the same day. Called Rap's Villain. Infrared, which is the Drake diss. This one's got 5 songs. Untouchable, which is from the album from like 2012 or something. King Push, which is a joint, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of joints there. So he's like villain, so maybe he's like dissing people on that one. Next one's called Good, G.O. blah, blah, blah. It's got 5 songs. It's got like Mercy, Don't Like, New God Flow, Hold On, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, so it's all these good music songs. Then there's another one called Push and P, Push and P, and I think they're all just produced by Pharrell. So it's got Snitch, with which is a great song. What Happened to That Boy, like the old Clips joint. Blah, 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 right? And a whole bunch of other ones all produced by Pharrell. So basically what he's done, because I was like, this is kind of weird. And then if you look Neck and Wrist, that's it, and then it's got that's just the one song, right? So it's back to normal.
Yeah. Let me see the Apple Music.
See if they have it there. But then, right, so Tiff was like, yo, what's he done here? And I looked at that and we were like, yo. But then I went to Banks' profile. And Banks, who I just spoke about, dropped the fucking, hang on, there's albums. I don't know why they always keep the EPs under singles. So you go singles and EPs, right? Banks had one called, these are all singles. They all kept the same thing. Why would she do that? It's so, the way they've done this is so fucking weird. Is it this one? No, that's old. Sorry, I just wanted to explain because unless they took it down, but they did like she did the exact same thing. Yeah, it's on Apple Music too. Okay, so for Banks, they did So basically, her rollouts have been fascinating over the years. I've really paid attention. So this one, she dropped a single like 6 months ago, and then maybe 2 months later, she dropped the second single, and then like maybe a month ago, she dropped the third single, and then like in the week before, she dropped like 3 different singles. So for her third single, it's called Holding Back. They've gone and like added that. The first single is called The Devil, and the second is called Skinny Dipped. And so this is a 3-track EP, I guess now, called Holding Back, but it's got 3 songs on it. Then there was another one that she dropped called I Still Love You. So then she's gone and made another one with the same cover that's got that song at the top, and then Holding Back, Skinny Dipped, The Devil. So now it's a 4-track EP. Then they did it again with another song called Meteorite. Then it's got that. Then I Still Love You, blah, blah, blah. You see what I'm saying? So she's gone and created these mini EPs. And then she did it again with a song called Dead End. So then Dead End, Meteorite, I Still blah, blah, blah. So she's gone and created 4 EPs. Because it's like if you go and you find the song and you go press play, particularly the latest one, the Dead End joint, you play that, and then it's automatically going to go play these other songs. So I saw the Dead End one. I did not check the other ones. And I was like, oh, maybe she's putting these are all, I go, oh, these are all the singles. Like maybe she'll let it stop there, and then those are just like pre-album things, and then on the album they won't be there, but they were all there. So it seems to be this new rollout thing that people are doing. There, you go to her album and she's got 12 songs on there, and all those same songs are all here. And I was like, okay, so she's got 13 songs, I'm sorry. So there's only 7 songs we haven't heard leading up to the album. You can tell they're all the ones that are like single digit, they're not even millions yet. I don't. This is really weird to me. Like I feel it's an interesting, like, strategy that you want to drop all of these things beforehand. I mean, I imagine, so if you hear that she got a single, and then you put all these other songs. So say, for example, me and you drop a single Nosh, and we call it whatever, we call it Cunts. Then we go and put Found You, Kill 'Em Remix, I Got Next, but a bunch of songs, like 5 more songs we've done together, and then put that out. But what we have to do is I go into my backend of AWOL, I upload one song, and then I go add existing songs. So I just go through my catalog, go yoink, 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 boom, done. And I can probably even search. I don't know if I can release your music through my backend. I think, like, say for example, Hurt, like you and me are on that song off your, Something Inside, songs off your album. I don't know if I can access that. I think it has to have been uploaded by me. So for Push to be able to include the clip song, I imagine it's because it's all through the same major label or whatever. Excuse me. But anyway, it's fascinating. I think we should try it. I think we should do a single and then just add a whole bunch of our old songs to it. You still just promote the single, but all we're doing is like getting additional traffic because it puts it in the Spotify release radar, and then our older songs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it would be a similar vibe. Or what we could do, say for example, because you don't have as sort of many singles as I do. I did all those singles in 2017, right? So I got a whole bunch of maybe 15 to 20 singles. I could batch them all in themes. I could put something like, dark shit, and I'll put Kill 'Em and like fucking, I don't know why I can't have a blank. I guess I haven't done that many dark songs, but I could put a whole bunch of ones and theme them up. Maybe one with soul beats. I'll put all the soul beat singles together and pull even, maybe they're not singles. Maybe I could pull some fucking shit from albums and put them in and just make these EPs that are like fake EPs. Like they're just collation. It's almost like you're making a playlist with a thing, but then you're redistributing it so it's gonna pop up in people's release radar. It's fucking genius.
That's dope.
So we could still do that for you too, right? We could do one and we still pull from your stuff, and it'll just be a mix of some from your different projects.
Fucking down as shit.
Let's talk about it. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was fascinating. Please, let's remember to discuss that though, for real, because it's like I think it's something really cool. And if now,
look at the keyword in the notes.
Yeah, chuck that in there if you don't mind, just because I don't want to. I'll keep the show going. But yeah, write that down. And I think it's extra interesting that someone as diverse as Banks and Pusha-T, completely different artists, are doing the exact same thing. And I bet you there's a fuck ton more, and I bet you it's an intentional strategy for major labels. So as independent artists, it's very easy for us to do it. The only problem for you is because you're on TuneCore, it's actually going to cost you money to do it. It won't cost me money to do it because I've got a different setup to you. They take a cut from mine because I'm on AWOL, whereas TuneCore, you just got to pay per thing. So it might not be worth your time being that you have to pay, but for me it is, and I can combine a whole bunch, and I'll do one. I can do a Sea and Ocean EP. We don't even have to release a new song. I can just batch stuff together. And then we could do it whenever we do a new song, because we're doing our projects, so we'll probably put out a single or two first. When we put out the single, we just fucking slip in a bunch of other songs that are just us together. It's fucking pretty crazy.
What the fuck up?
Pretty crazy. So anyway, that was that. Pretty interesting shit, guys. If anyone knows anything more about this, message us, DM, comment.
I couldn't find anything when I was searching online. Just one article about mysterious EPs. Pusha-T is like...
That's all they're saying.
Yeah, but it's just like nothing specific to why he done it or anything.
I think we've cracked the code anyway, but I would like to see someone put it in writing. Yeah. Any artists who are listening, if you think we're right, if you think we're wrong, let us know. I'd love to know, but I think we're going to try it because whatever works, guys. Whatever works, whatever gets traction, So as far as other new music, really quick, I didn't listen to too much else aside from that. I'm looking at the new albums that dropped. 5 Foreign's album, Bible, dropped. Did you listen to that?
I listened to half of it. I haven't finished it.
What did you think? I heard it was good. Cam said he liked it.
Yeah, it's good so far. Like, there's nothing...
Is it the same City of Gods vibe? Big bass lines and like...
Yeah, but then there's some songs that's like, there are 2 songs with Quavers. One of them sounds
back to back.
Yeah. One of them sounds like a Migos song. The other one sounds like a drill song. And then you got a sick tune with A$AP Rocky, which is like a drill song as well, which is sick.
Okay.
Other than that, no, it's pretty good. I haven't listened to it yet.
Okay.
Some
I saw
like
Casey's
gospel
on
vibes as well.
Gospel vibes?
Yeah, like I'm not saying shit.
Alright.
So,
I'm excited to try it because I really like 5 man. Like
Yeah.
he's one of like newer cats I just really fuck with.
Yeah.
I think he's great. Like really, really cool. I'm glad you actually put me on to. I know, well, obviously it was on Kanye stuff, but
Yeah.
you were the one to. I'd be like, I don't know, it's just some guy.
Mhm.
But you pointed him out early on, and I was like, okay, all right, this guy seems he can spit. He's a drill guy. I used to not really fuck with the drill stuff, but I've liked everything I've heard him on. Held his own, so that's great. What else is on here? No one else I give a flying fucking dick about as far as albums, to be honest with you. Except Sid, Broken Hearts Club. Fuck, I have to check for that. That'd be good. As far as singles, Jack Harlow dropped a song called First Class, which is a flip of
Fergie Glamorous.
Yes, and apparently it's the second highest first day Spotify streams of all time. It's at 10.4 million or something. I saw it earlier. And I haven't heard the song yet, but I heard it's shit.
Eh?
That's alright. It's interesting.
I really, really like Jack, but I don't like Fergie. I hate that song, so I imagine it's probably not for me. Or is it like, is it too much like that song? And if you don't like that song?
It's not, no.
Oh, okay. Because it clips I've seen.
He flips the sample, like...
Enough.
Yeah. Maybe the hook you went like.
Okay. Did you hear Nosh?
Nope.
Okay. I definitely want to check that out.
I'll check her out at some point, eh?
Action Bronson dropped a song called Sub-Zero. I want to see it because the video looked ridiculous. Like he's like beating up sharks and crocodiles and shit. Someone sent me this. I don't know if it was one on YouTube, but Schoolboy Q did a song called Soccer Dad. I think it was
it was like a teaser on IG.
Yeah, that sounded pretty cool. I fucks with Schoolboy. Yeah. Even though he had mild Twitter beef with Tiff, but
I fuck with Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
Although
you know, we got beef. Yeah, right. He's fucked. Fucking cunt. Alicia Keys did City of Gods Part
2. Isn't it?
2. I thought it was 3 for a second. Yeah. 2. I want to check that.
I want to know what that's about.
Yeah. Fuck, I really should have done some, whatever, I was distracted. Man's just celebrating, you know?
Yeah. It's just her on the track.
Just her. Okay, so, maybe it's like just her, like...
I guess she can make just her own song out of that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah, she, like, holds her own and that stuff.
Yeah.
There's a new D-Smoke joint, some guy called Kenyon Dixon. Okay.
Interesting.
Very good timing. August Alsina did a song called Shake the World.
Oh my god.
Probably pretty lame, but if he should do that because he's going to be capitalizing off that type of shit. That's kind of it that I really care about. So I guess we'll come back. I'll check some of those joints out. So that is fun. As far as like some topics, we've actually like yapped a fuck ton throughout. What time are we at? We're at 47 minutes. Okay, no, we're good.
Do some quick time.
I definitely want to do some quick time. We'll run through these, and we're definitely doing quick time. I'm excited for that actually because I think we only got part of the way through this list.
Yep. Yeah, this is left.
Okay, cool. Pete Davidson was photographed with North West, which is very interesting in this little pink golf cart thing. And it looks like she was sitting on his lap, and like one of the main things was that Kanye was like, "You're not seeing my children," so Kanye's kind of been.
He's off. I think he tweeted he was on an island or something, chilling.
So I
hope so. I hope he's on an island.
Pete's fucking dead.
Yeah.
And they did the premiere of the new Kardashian show on Hulu.
Okay.
That was the first public outing of Pete with Kim.
I saw a picture of Kim and Pete. I didn't see the North, but I saw them like at dinner.
Yes, that's what I went to. Another one, yeah. So
couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, fair enough.
Yeah, it's actually real. So fucking Skete.
Skete.
My God, I actually quite like Pete Davidson.
I do like him.
I just don't like the Kanye. He's fucking with Kanye, so like I don't know.
It's kind of upsetting. I was watching Family Feud on YouTube last night, and I watched some of the Kanye one, and I was like, wow, this is quite sad because he's quite a normal guy. He's just like so in love with her as well.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's going through it. At least he's dripping.
Maybe he says Yeezys.
That's what I'm saying. DJ Khaled, I saw just before this. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Nice. That's pretty crazy. Wow.
Cool.
So I was like, all right, good for you. You put in work there. You've been working. You've been out here. So good for you, Khaled. Eminem is now 14. It's either today or yesterday. He's 14 years sober.
Nice.
Cool.
Dang.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Shouts to you. No drinking, no high, no pills, no none.
Good shit.
Just living.
Just living his life.
Notion's going to talk about this one. Pusha-T and Charlamagne did an interview.
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched it. Interview of them talking about a bunch of shit, and I'm here for it. sounds like Pusha-T is becoming a little more open and vulnerable in this interview. There's a couple of things covered, which is interesting. I don't want to see him. I want to see how he talks about it. So
Yeah.
just under an hour of chit chat. So that's definitely something we will watch, and I guess we'll like circle back next week and we'll chat about it a bit more. But
Yep.
Definitely piqued the interest.
I'm here for it. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what he's got to say, particularly leading up to this new album. So good for him.
Exactly.
And the last thing I had here was, sorry, I actually moved off the screen. I forgot. Oh yeah, 6ix9ine is back.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
And he previewed a new track.
So he did 2 videos. I will check today. So
Yeah.
we'd seen the opposite ones. So there was one video of he was like in a bath with this
With some
Was it a
random
demon or-
demon, the lady, and he looked normal.
yeah.
He looked normal until she pushed him in the bath, and then he jumped out in his rainbow hair and his rainbow teeth and shit. You know.
And said something about like I'm back or
Yeah,
the devil
yeah.
is back or
Devil's-
the demon is back
yeah.
or something weird like that. And then there was
So funny.
it was like okay. And April 15th is when he's dropping, which I guess is his Friday.
Okay.
So he's doing. Then there was a second video. It was him with a bunch of dudes, and he was
Yeah.
wearing like almost like a balaclava, like ski mask with this
yeah.
light blue thing, and he was like rapping, and they were like smoking, and took it off, and they were like playing some new song in the background, which sounded basically exactly like
What you think he...
everything else. And then the views on these videos, it's like 4 million views on the videos.
Yeah.
I don't know if they paid for any boosts or anything.
No,
but,
no,
like,
he's so controversial that every time you see him make an appearance...
But it won't be long until people don't care. He'll drop it
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
last
yeah.
24 hours, and people will check it out and be like, "Oh, this is as shit as I remember. Why do we
Yeah.
keep paying attention to this guy?"
Exactly. Like, it was... At first, it was like a big thing because, like, I've never seen anyone who looks like him scream the N-word around a bunch of black people in New York, claim he's the king of New York,
Mm.
have people like Diddy, 50, all saying, yeah, it's fine, he's king of New York. 50 Cent was in videos of him just like saying...
50
This-
shouldn't encourage him.
Yeah, 50 was encouraging him fully, saying like, yo, my son, like making troll videos of him and shit, and like his boys with Bobby Schmurder, and all of this random shit, and everyone, it was fun because I've never heard music like this before. It was like hardcore.
I really liked it
I fucked with it. It was fun. It was so funny.
because it was funny.
It was just funny. It was just so crazy to me that I was hearing him say such things. And he was doing all his videos in public, in New York, in the subway. It was just hilariously entertaining. Because it was new and it was just so crazy to me. But then eventually I'll stop caring. And I feel like that's what's going to happen now. Like, it's crazy that he's back and his bullshit, but now it's kind of like...
But then he'll do it the exact same way though, and make the
He
same
needs to do something
music.
different because he kept on doing different things which are making it even more controversial, like the beef with Chief Keef, the beef with Lil Reese, and shit like that. And like, there's this whole big thing that you shouldn't fuck with people like Chief Keef and Lil Reese. And like, there was a video of him saying fuck Lil Reese, fuck Chief Keef. And then I remember there was a girl in the video. She turned to the camera, put down her dog, and just walked out of the camera. It was just like, no, don't involve me in this shit. And like, it was stuff like that which made him like super interesting. And I was kind of like, I don't know what he can do that will make him. I don't know what he can do which he hasn't already done.
Because his whole career is based on shock value.
Shock
and
value,
when
yeah.
the shock value runs out, it's kind of like YouTubers who like their whole like shtick is oh, Tiff's choking. You alright, babe? You okay? Yeah, she's good. Where YouTubers, where their whole shit is like pranks or
Yeah.
like to one up it. What are we doing this week that's crazy? And it's like a trap. I think it's a real bad trap that people get themselves into, where they now have to outdo themselves every single time in order to keep that shock value. What'd you say?
Feed the algorithm more
Yeah.
as well.
Feed the algorithm, feed the beast of the content beast, which we all have to do. But yeah, you're right. Feed the algorithm with enough shock value to override everybody else.
Yep.
And if someone like 6ix9ine doesn't, because his story was pretty crazy, right? So up into like, and I specifically remember that first IG live back after jail.
Yeah.
We had like 2 million live viewers, just more than any fucking
Insane.
Oscars TV shows.
Yeah.
Insane. And then, because that was pretty crazy. This fucking psycho dude who like snitched to get himself out
Publicly
is now
snitched,
out,
yeah.
and he's like showing himself, and like all of these gang dudes want to fucking kill him, and like it was pretty crazy. But then he come up with this music, and it was the same bullshit. And the only difference was they made the sets, and he's there with his ankle bracelet on, and Nicki Minaj supporting him and all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Trash.
I don't know what else he can do. I mean, obviously, we'll check it out,
I actually don't know what he can do.
No.
Unless he publicly feuds with the people that he snitched, and then they respond and shit, then that could be interesting. It could be like a cool kind of back and forth thing, but I still don't think, other than that, I don't know.
There's not much he can do, I don't think.
Yeah.
Particularly with the same... Why you do the same? Let's switch it up or something.
I don't know. What can he do?
I don't know, like when you just go and like do an auto-tune love song album or something. I don't know, like switch it up though. Like,
He does do that. He did make some sort of auto-tune love song with Nicki Minaj once.
Did
he? Yeah.
Okay, wow. So no one even remembers because no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. So, all right.
Let's see what we can do.
We'll keep you guys posted. I'm sure there'll be something interesting this week. So then, now we're going to do into... So do you have normal questions or are we doing quick time or slang?
Quick time. I have some controversial opinions which I found on Reddit. It's all on Reddit. I'm just going to scroll through.
Reddit's perfect for me. I love it.
Yeah,
Everyone
we
steals
can-
content from Reddit. That's how you get down.
Yeah. we can
So
do that.
let's do quick time with slime with
Yes.
quick time with Nosh.
Yes, quick time with no.
It doesn't rhyme. Quick.
Um,
What rhymes?
what rhymes with
No.
Quick what?
Toke.
Quick toke with Nosh. All right, there you go. Boom. Get that
no.
dog up there.
Get that fucking dog through your fucking shit box. All right, so we got Scarface or Ice Cube.
I think we did this last week, no?
Did we do this one last week?
We did Scarface or Ice Cube last week, but the rest of the ones, we did it? Am I tripping? Let's just do it.
maybe.
We can do it anyway, but I think, Scarface for sure.
Ice Cube, definitely.
Ooh.
What'd you do?
I probably was going to say Ice Cube.
It's pretty close, to be honest. They're both
Very close.
they're both goats.
The Ice Cube more overall.
Yeah.
Scarface is like a little lit, like 2% more boring than Ice Cube for some reason.
No, that's fair because it wasn't
Hitting enough, but it definitely was more storytelling and definitely more like it's deeper.
very
So
different music. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. But I think I'd say Ice Cube. Anyway,
good one.
Outcast or UGK?
Outcast.
Yeah,
Almost.
that's Outcast.
UGK are one of those groups where if you weren't into them when they came out, it's really difficult. Even now, like Bumby, Legend, Full Respect, it's nursery rhyme raps. I can't stand his flows. Like he just same as like you listen to E40 rap or Too Short rap now. Like they were legends at their time, but it's hard to listen to it now when it sounds the exact same way as it did 25 years ago. So
Yeah, then age a bit.
25 years ago was actually being it's probably like early 90s type shit. They were sounding like this.
Sounds
Yeah.
like can't hold.
Yeah.
Jada Kiss or Fabulous?
Jada.
Nice, Jada for me too.
Fast
Biggie
though.
L.
Big O.
Big L.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Biggie is the most. What would you do, by the way, first?
Big L, of course, is one of my favorite.
But anyway, what are we choosing?
Anything. That's the quick
this
time to
is the thing,
slam thing, whereas
that's true.
it's whatever you want. So
Right.
Noriega never gives any context about. I swear, I think we explained that last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
That.
It's like whatever off the cuff.
Exactly. Biggie had more hits. Big L had classic album. Like he was a better rapper, and to me, that's. I don't know. It's sort of so. I think most people would pick Biggie, to be honest. But to me, I feel like he's the rap universe played him out a little bit. And as far as it was just sort of everything was too prevalent. It was too much. And
I don't know. I think I'll choose Biggie. I think I'll choose Biggie.
Yeah.
If I'm ever gonna sit down and if I had the choice in front of me, which album would I put on between a Biggie album or a Big L album, then I'd put a Biggie album.
that's fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think in every setting, unless I was literally trying to analyze lyrics or listen to specific bars. But no, Biggie for me.
Okay.
Just I don't know, vibe.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a tough one.
That makes sense. Baby Dan, Uncle D. Radio or podcast, kids?
Potters.
Obvi.
Do people still listen to radio?
Well, fucking old
Boomers.
and got nothing else to do. All your cars shit. You don't have a CD player or CD player. You don't have like satellite
CD
radio.
player. Do people still have CD players?
I'll told myself I'll imagine 50. Or it's like
Basically.
your
Dan keeps calling me 50.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Bunch of cunts.
You're basically 30, coach.
Basically 50.
Wow.
Wow, I'm pretty good at being alive. I haven't died yet.
True.
Not bad.
Hey, guys.
Not bad.
Gang.
Not bad.
Died, like, feeling good, boys and girls.
Fuck, I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, radio sucks dick. Come on, guys.
Last two left, you cheeky fucks.
Go on.
Unless you guys want to make some up on the spot. So Nike or Adidas? Adidas, Nike.
Adidas.
Hey,
No, just got that right there. But why?
How you? Because I'm drippy. Gang, right? No.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason. Why do you guys like? Why would you choose?
Comfy.
It's more comfy.
It's more comfy.
Okay.
And that's my long gangly ass pretty good still.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think comfort is the main thing. Main thing for me.
Yeah, I only got into them again. I didn't care. I was pretty agnostic for a long time. I always wore everything, and then I got that suit that Nosh has on there, and I wanted it for years. And as soon as I started buying Adidas stuff, I just, wow, this shit is like super fly, it's super cool. The designs were so sick. And I started getting the shoes. We went to that outlet.
Yeah.
And I got like 3 pairs of shoes because I didn't know how to get Yeezys yet. And obviously, Yeezy is a partnership with Adidas for the shoes. And I went to the outlet and tried to get the ones that were closest to Yeezys because it's like Adidas had like stolen kind of some of the designs a little bit and put it in some of their other shoes. So I was like, I got like 3 pairs for like $180, and I was like, what the fuck? This is so cheap, and they're all like really comfy. And then I figured out how to get Yeezys, and there was a problem from there. But I just kept buying Adidas stuff because it was just comfy and fly and really good quality. Like the designs were just better. And then the more I went to, when I first started getting into it, the more I went to Nike and we go to the outlets and stuff. I was just, it does right now in this time in the last couple of years, and right now it does nothing. I see the Nike stuff and I'm not moved at all to wear it, purchase it. If I got it for free, I guess I'd wear it. But then how am I supposed to wear it? Because you can't wear Nike and Adidas. Like you got to be.
Yeah, you can't cross. Otherwise, you're just like asking for a fucking. It's like Adidas and Puma, like you were telling me. Like, because I do enjoy Puma a little bit. Puma. Love a bit of Puma. I got some one of my mates was like, let's say, I got some Puma pants. It's like, oh, you Puma pants.
I get it.
Put it on Ching, tuck in the sound effects and that later on.
Is that the episode name? Puma pants?
Nah, maybe not.
Yeah. Okay. No, but
okay.
Adidas all day then. Gang. If anyone wants to sponsor us from Adidas Canada, we love you.
Yep.
We'd all love to be on the Yeezy list.
Yeah, size 13, some shoes, large and top, 34 on the waist. Let's get an outfit. Thanks, mate.
Let's fucking go. Make sure you ask us specifically about our Yeezy sizes because they do differ per model.
Yeah. And the last but not least, loyalty or respect?
I like this one.
Respect.
So I would say loyalty because loyalty requires respect.
I think respect requires loyalty. I think they both come.
No, not necessarily. Because if you think about it, if someone's loyal, if you're loyal to someone, it's because you respect them and you want to I
feel like if you're disloyal to someone, it means you disrespect them.
Yeah, so therefore the inverse is true as well. Like if you're loyal to them, you respect them. But if you respect them, it doesn't mean you're loyal to. Like, I don't know, I could respect. Okay, I don't want to say anyone's name, but like, I got a friend, a rapper friend who's got businesses and stuff. I don't really speak to him anymore. I got no drama with. Just busy. Don't really talk to him. Don't see him. Respect him a lot. He's doing great. Doing really good. I have no loyalty to him. So if he had an enemy, for example, and that enemy wanted to work with me, I don't have any necessary loyalty to him, even though I respect him. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, this guy's cool. It's nothing to me.
Yeah.
But like, say if it was you or Nosh, and then if you guys had someone that you really didn't fuck with, and they came to me wanting to do stuff, I wouldn't do it obviously because I'm loyal to you guys. So there's respect there. But does that make sense?
No, I hear it.
I think
100%.
that's okay.
Yeah, no, explain like that. I agree. Loyalty.
Because you can't. I feel like you can respect people you don't like, and you can't be loyal to people that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you don't like, I'm trying to. I can't think of an example. Who don't I like? Who's someone who's shit that I always talk shit about?
Will Smith.
Nicki Minaj. Will Smith. Oh, I don't hate. Like, say Nicki Minaj. Like, of course,
Yeah.
I respect her because look what she's done. Look what
Yeah.
she's achieved. Like, her shit ain't for me, and I think she's a fucking idiot
Mm-hmm.
overall. But you got it. You can't front on what she's done. You have to respect it. You
Yeah.
just can't. So, but I'm not like. There's no loyalty to her, so I don't like her at all. But you can't name one person you're loyal to that you don't like or love. You're loyal to your family, for the most part.
Yeah.
Loyal to your close friends,
Yeah.
right? But you respect them too.
Yeah.
But then you could respect people that you're not loyal to. So that's what I think. I was asking. Tiff heard me listening to Drink Champs one time, and she explained it to me that way. And I was like, that's the one. That
Remy
makes sense.
broke it down like that as well, which was
Yeah, she did.
She said that, so yeah.
And a lot of people say it's kind of like 50-50. What people say as far as like if they say loyalty or respect, but I think that makes the most sense to me anyway. You know what I mean? I would rather people be loyal to me because it just makes more sense, and then I don't know, I just prefer it.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking boom cunt. Well, that's all I had on my quick time no stoggy list. I need to piss so bad I could glass up live on air, so I don't know if we could.
Yeah, me and Daniel, we can start with the controversial opinions and divert a little bit. So go do that.
All right, mate.
Do it up. So, all right, controversial opinions. Reddit is actually
is great.
Really good. What's the subreddit for this?
Hip Hop 101, Hip Hop Heads.
Sick.
There's loads of different ones.
And they all just have like one of those ongoing threads.
So many different, opinions.
Reddit for the win.
It's very interesting. Let me just see if I can find some random ones here. I know this one's got a bunch of. Here we go.
Okay.
Freddie Gibbs' voice is extremely boring. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I really like Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, same. I mean, he's got that like Midwest.
I like his voice.
Thing.
Like I really like his voice.
He does have a bit of a monotone thing going on.
I don't think monotone equals boring. Personally.
Not necessarily, if you use it right.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
And he's got a great beat selection, and I think he's also like he's quite varied in the stuff that he does. Like he'll do some like slower fucking like gangster shit, or he'll do some like faster double time trap shit, and he's like equally as dope, and he works with all sorts of people. Though he does kind of sound the same, but you could, if you say Freddie Gibbs is boring, that means you'd say the Conway's boring.
Yeah, you'd say all them are boring.
It's like dudes with bars. Yeah. I think people sometimes do think they're boring. Because it's not
no one cares about barring, like, no one cares about them.
Not as much, no. So you gotta like, I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, no,
about bars versus like
kind of vibes, instrumental.
Yeah,
shit like that.
I was talking.
It's the Big L versus Biggie thing. Like
that's what it is.
It's the same thing. Like, I'm not out here always trying to listen to the best bars. It's like if that was the case, I'd listen to Eminem.
Yes,
like, I ain't trying to listen to that music.
But not all the time. It's like time and a place for it.
Yeah, 100%.
I was listening to, I must have talked about this in the thing. I think I must have talked about this recently. I always forget. The Joel Ortiz and Crooked Eye project, and Tiff walked in and said, "Why are you playing this old shit?" And I was like, it came out this Friday. Like, what are you talking about? And it was because she was, I started to get to the bottom. I was like, yo, what do you mean by that? And I know that, the things she likes Skete. She put me onto Pusha-T. Like, she loves like bars and like hard shit, but she thought that was boring particularly. We're talking about someone had a controversial opinion that Freddie Gibbs' voice is boring. So we're just talking about like bar. Obviously, you disagree.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, boom. So we're just talking about like I was saying. Tiff walked in one time. I was playing Joel and Crooked Eye, and she was like, "Why are you listening to old shit? But it just came out." So I was trying to say what the difference is between like I was like, okay, so you would think this is.
I said, what is this old shit?
Oh, what is this old shit?
Because you can. I'm just curious what that old shit was.
Right. There you go. So she said she was just curious what the old shit was. She's like, what is this old shit? Not why you listen to it. I apologize. And then we started talking. She's like, well, J. Cole, she loves Cole, for example. So Cole's got bars, in a different way than Benny's got bars, or Conway's got bars, or Freddie, or whatever. But it appeals because he might do sing-songy hooks, or he'll choose beats that are more fucking pop-friendly, or whatever the fuck, that are more melodic. That's probably the word. Whereas you listen to Griselda, it's just fucking half the time they didn't even have drums. Like, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's like pretty raw, grimy shit, and it's just a completely different audience. But like, I don't know, the other example I was telling her, I was like, okay, shout out to Smokewell. He was telling me the other night, he goes, look, man, I'll be honest with you, I didn't enjoy your Relentless album. I'm like, I'm not surprised. It's not your thing. No, it's okay. It's fine. I don't expect anyone. This is art. It's subjective, right? I'm never offended, dude.
You know, I'm kidding. I'm
Okay.
surprised. I thought he would have thought it was like, all right.
Well, I think he said he listened to it a couple times, and he couldn't get into it. He was very respectful about it. I think we're both lit and just having a chat. This is on like video call. He said it to my face, and that's why I'm never mad. I'm like, straight away, I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised you don't like it. He likes fucking Cool G rap and Rock Marciano and this very specific East Coast rap that's grimy and boom bap. He also does like soul beat stuff too. So he likes a lot of this stuff, but he has very specific taste. Whereas me as an artist, like I said to him, I was like, bro, like the music that me and you make, if people go and check it out, the See and Smokewell, the Buy Toxic City, we've got Volume 2 is in mix and master right now. Be coming this summer. Yeah, it's all been done from time. We're just waiting to Dylan to finish up some stuff. So that music, I said to him, I was like, bro, like I love making that music with you. Like I, as C, a solo, I would not make music that sounds like that. I love doing that, but for the C brand, it's not really what I've created. For Relentless is more what I would like. You listen to my last album, This Is All I Know. It's more like there's a lot of guest singers. There's a lot of soul beats, a lot of like, you know, it's just,
there's a lot more musicality to it.
Exactly. And that's what I want to do as a solo artist. So that's why I could understand what Tiff was talking about, because I'm like, I see myself as a more of a J. Cole type of artist who can get down with the bars dudes when the time calls for it. So like on Dylan, the project I do with Smokewell, like it's more rapidy rap, and we don't have really any catchy choruses, and unless it's like, you know, in the sample or whatever the fuck, it's really about the bars. And I love that shit. And I don't get to do it enough, at least in my own thing. So I really enjoy making that music in these like these collaborative projects. You could even argue, you're like halfway between me and Dylan. I think and I explained this to Dylan actually, or you tell me if I've said this before. On his album called Northern Lights, I had a song called Old Ghost with Dave Archer, sing-songy thing, nice little like Rhodes keys, super soulful. Sorry.
Fire.
I love that fucking song. And you have a song called So Grateful, and it's like this raw, grimy, fucking really dirty underground shit with just like bars. And you killed it. Now, I was saying to him, I was like, look at those two joints. I think that's a really nice summary. Not a complete, not every time, but I think overall, I think of Notion, you have a much more grimy approach to the music than I do for your solo work. And I've kept a pretty strong, not all the time, once again, it's not a complete thing, but I was like, it's an interesting thing where on his album, that's the beat that you chose, and that's the beat that I chose. And it was like...
Yeah, I like that beat. I didn't... the one that I chose is because when I listened to it, I instantly was freestyling, and when I was freestyling, it was good. And I was like, oh, okay, then I can make a song out of this. And then I was like... Because I like, you know, it reminded me of a Dipset, working with the vocal sample, rapping in between it, using as part of the lyrics. Like, that's why it appealed to me, because I haven't done a song like that for fucking ages. I was like, it's time to do something like that. I genuinely love the Old Ghost beat, whatever that was called.
Yes, it's called Old Ghost. That's why I did the song.
Cool, sweet. I just didn't like think that was going to be a me song by myself, and I didn't think about getting features. I thought he just wanted me to just do me on it, and I was like,
no,
okay,
he did. You did the right thing. I guess all
so
I'm saying is though,
I like you know, I love the Old Ghost song. We would do that on like a album track, but like, that one's just punched me in the face. Like, let's do this.
Yes, but you would never hear a C track like that. I guess that's my point. Right. You would hear a C in Notion track, you would hear a C in X somebody else, but you wouldn't hear a C track like that. There's not one that's really out there that sounds like that. That's what I was trying to say, is that right. I can do it, I love doing it, but I won't do it alone. Is that pause?
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean,
kind of feels like it. But
joking is self-love, so it's like up to you.
Well, it's not even... Yeah, that's true. Good one. But yeah, that's just all I was suggesting, that it's like a... it's just an approach anyway. I know it's like a lengthy version of that. But yeah, that was sort of...
Cool.
Everyone... everyone can sort of do. There's so many different approaches, and a lot of artists can do a bit of both, and it just depends on the circumstance. Because then you've got a whole EP of girl songs where you're basically singing the whole time. So like you're also equally flexible. That's all.
Yeah, that's the thing with my production. Actually, this is one thing I wanted to talk about before we wrap the episode up. Anyway, got a bunch of new beats on my website, notionbeats.com. We're going to put a link in the description.
Yes, it's always there.
I've got a couple of bless you. I've got a couple of fucking beats that borderline on like just reggae, R&B, kind of calypso-ish, patterns and stuff like that. And like I want to get some not coffee, not like just like big sort of. I want to get some Caribbean vibes, some fucking different kind of melodic singing shit. They've got some crazy new beats out there. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to like jump out of like not just making the neo soul, the soul based boom bap, the trap stuff, and like I said, I've made a couple of drill beats just because Dan gave me the low key challenge. So like I've been really like trying to get the basket diversified on the No Stoggy tip. So you might be able to rap over one of those obscure beats that might be left field for cunts that we might not usually pick. So we can both get onto some next wave with these new vibes I got.
That's what we're trying to do with our collab project. So
let's I'll chuck them all in the basket and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we already got them going. All right, beauty. Let's do a couple more of these controversial things and we'll wrap this bitch up.
Devil in a New Dress is the best song on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think, to me, the best song is Runaway, and I don't think there's any debate.
I was about to say that, yeah.
I don't think there's any debate, but I always think there's debate for the next best. Because I think there's so many good songs. Obviously it's the best. I think it's the greatest hip-hop album of all time. But I don't think you can say anything is better than Runaway.
I don't think so. That's got one of the most iconic hooks that's ever been written.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's just as soon as you hear the piano.
Yeah, it's
just
crazy.
You know what the song is. As soon as you hear the one piano, then you just know.
Yeah.
You just know the one key, and then you know what it is. But maybe that's the second best.
What else is in there?
I'd put Monster above it.
Monster?
Above Devil.
No. I wouldn't have
No, not Monster, sorry. Which one's the one which ends in... I think it might be Devil in a New Dress. It's in one of the two Rick Ross songs, which ends in the drums. With just the drums going off at the end. Oh no, Hell of a Life.
Oh,
Hell of a Life is my second favourite.
Okay.
That's the one which ends with the drums right at the end. And my other one I'd put in there is Blame Game. I love Blame Game. It's so brilliant.
Yeah. That was like you have to have that's kind of the song you can't really bump that at a party or anything. That's like a headphone listen. It's like because the engineering of that, there's a mad panning left and right.
Yeah, left and right.
With that, so it's a headphone listen. You can't do that at a party or a club.
Hell of a Life is pretty sick too.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that too.
Honestly, there's no
wrong answer here, kids.
There's no real wrong answer at all because it's got whichever you prefer more. Like everything is easily Runaway. Just looking at the track list, Runaway is by far.
Runaway is the best. Yeah, 100%.
It's classic.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good one.
This is a personal one. I've never seen anyone say this except me, and a couple of my friends actually agree.
Okay.
If Chris Brown didn't do the madnesses he'd done, he would be up there with Drake. If he didn't do that and he consistently released the music he was doing since he was 16.
You're saying with the same songs he's done now, but he would have got a...
No, not the same songs he's done now. No. I think he would have got better opportunities. I think he would have got better opportunities if he didn't do what he done. But I think he would have been up there with Drake, Kanye, people comparing them to that level.
You think he is? You think so?
I think he could have been. I think I've never seen someone who's made such good music at the age of 17. Obviously that
when did he do the thing?
16, 17.
He was 16.
Yeah, he was young. But he's done it repeatedly after to other women as well. So
because he's a broken man.
Yeah. So it's even before I was oh, he was young. It's obviously we don't necessarily need to cancel him. But then when I found out it was multiple women, I was oh, he should definitely be cancelled. But I do think if that didn't happen and the opportunities did arise, I think he would have been up there with Drake. because the only person I know who's made a banger like that at that age was probably Justin Bieber. But then Justin Bieber can only appeal to one audience. Just Chris Brown's music appealed to everyone.
That is true.
It's similar to Drake and like Michael Jackson, Kanye West. Them man appealed to everyone. Chris Brown's music when he was 16 was insane, like unreal.
I think it's a really good point. I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
I think he would have been in the GOAT discussion. I think he would have been in the GOAT discussion.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a big call. It's a big fucking
I think
call.
he would have been in GOAT discussion. 100%.
Alright.
100%.
Definitely like a super talented can't can't deny that.
Yeah. No, he's super talented. You know what? It's probably fair to say, though. I think it's probably fair to say he would be in the... I don't know about GOAT. I guess if you call it R&B GOATs. I mean, maybe... You know what? What you're saying is without any... Because it's really hard to...
You got goats, you know?
Yeah. I guess it's like so hard to think of him without that bias.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not as bad as like an R. Kelly thing, but
Yes. I can still listen to his music, but I couldn't listen to R. Kelly.
No, R. Kelly's like
Yeah.
gone and cancelled. Get unfortunately erased from
Yeah.
he's-
history.
They can just stay there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good one. I think that's an really interesting.
I just see a lot of people speaking about that. That's my own thing.
one. Okay,
It's very interesting.
you should own that.
I should own that.
Own
I should
that.
trademark it.
Should
Trademark it.
make it happen.
I
one
don't know
more?
who this guy is. Who's this?
AZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this album? I've never heard this album before.
Okay, so AZ is on "Life's a Bitch" off
Okay.
Illmatic. So visualize on the realism
So-
of life and action. Well, it's one of the greatest verses of all time.
I saw someone say this album,
Mhm.
if this was released before Illmatic,
was better.
it would have been today's Illmatic if it was released before.
Can you just scroll the songs again? Do you remember this?
I've never listened to this.
Rather Unique is fire, Sugar Hill is fire, more money, more murder, more homicide. Jesus, I've listened to this for years. No, I disagree with. It's fuck. I don't know. I'd have to hear it again. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
Do you remember Nosh? Do or Die?
Dodo's crazy.
That would be your.
It's different.
Yeah, no, I'd have to listen to it again to have a real thing, but my gut would just be like, dude, no.
Okay.
It's just like it's probably got skips and Illmatic doesn't have skips.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Also,
Between the two.
sorry, dude.
What's the track count between the two?
Nas is 10. This is 12.
12.
But also Nas has one intro. Does it have an intro? This has an intro, so you call it 11. Was there an interlude? No, there's not. So it'd be 11, whereas Nas has 9. Illmatic has 9.
Oh, and he has a Sugar Hill remix.
And a remix at the end to call it 10.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill was like a cool little like. It's very similar like beat patterns
Yeah.
to. It's probably similar producers. I actually don't remember.
Okay.
It's probably Primo and Pete Rock and shit.
Okay.
I think it'd be the challenge to listen to for
Okay.
next time for all of us. What was the ones from last time?
Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt.
Oh, you did that. You
Yes,
texted. Okay,
yes.
tell the people.
My decision is Illmatic.
Yeah.
Only very different. They're very different albums as well. So I had to listen to both like multiple times, and it was like one time I was like, no, Reasonable Doubt is better, and the other time I was like, Illmatic's better. But then I was like, nah. Like if I like want to re-listen to one of them, it would definitely be Illmatic, and Illmatic's the best sort of one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Both sick though.
Dig it.
Both
Yeah.
incredible.
We align. So for next week, then, check out this AZ Do or Die, and then maybe what's another one, Nosh? That'd be. Do you know what one kind of a little left field from this? What about the Roots Illadelph Half Laugh?
Oh, that'd be good. Might
Do
be.
you think it's because it doesn't have to be the same as this one? It just means, and it's not supposed to. Do you think there's something better? More than happy. Like something not better, something more important. This one, just for the sake of this conversation, this one being Don't
Yeah.
Die. Like, if you're talking like sort of mid-90s New York shit, you did the Hell on Earth and Don't Kai,
Yes.
right? Yeah, we did that. So, like, what's another fuck? Have you heard Cuban Links, Raekwon?
No.
Oh.
Yep.
Maybe you should do that
Okay.
and come back to Roots. Maybe we'll do Roots and like Black Star or something, because Black Star just announced their album. I forgot.
Yeah, boom. We should talk about that. That's great.
Well, when we get more info, but it's releasing in May on the Luminary.
Instagram.
Sorry.
Or there's just like a front cover on Instagram. That's all I saw.
Correct. And it said May, and it's dropping via the Luminary podcast platform where you have to pay to access it. You got to pay $3 a month to get access to it. So I'm sure it'll leak. So
Yeah, of course.
no stress. It's not like STEM player
Yeah.
or some shit. But yes, that is pretty cool. So maybe that would be kind of cool. We could do Philadelphia Black Star.
Cool.
And then this week, Cuban Links, Double Die.
Cool.
And I actually want to hear Double Die again. Like I've heard the Cuban
We
Links
can
go
swing the car.
finals too.
Just swing the car.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to Toronto next week. Oh, yeah. So next week, we're going to Toronto for Easter, and I think on the Saturday we'll record the pod together for the first time.
Yes. It's our first time meeting Notion.
Yeah, I never met him before.
I have just like microphone in the center. We'll figure out a stage. I might just do where the plants are in the corner here. We'll get like a setup.
Yeah, so we can all sit around that mic and record that there, and I can either bring this camera and plug it into my computer, or you can plug your camera into the computer and we'll run it through my computer. Oh, because it's got to run through my computer, so maybe we'll need my mic.
Yeah. Bring your mic as well.
I was going to bring my whole setup because I'm going to drive up and then drive back, and we're going to come back and get lit. You know
Good
what I mean?
times.
Beautiful.
Good shit, guys. Good app.
Amazing.
Nosh, where can everyone find you?
Mate, get out your pocket computers and check me out at Notion Baby, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, at Illnote Studios, Instagram and Facebook, notionbeats.com. There's an album called Notion Beats. All the new firebombs are in there. Fucking theme songs, get your music, fucking get a dog up you, mate. Dan?
Dan Johnson on Twitter and Instagram, and HTFGXMING on Instagram. I uploaded, so go check that out. Go check that shit out. What about you?
Yeah.
At CEEFOR on Instagram and Twitter, at CTMF on Facebook and TikTok. We out here. We just had a video hit 30K views on TikTok on BOS. Like, it's ridiculous how they've given away reach. It's like fucking crazy. I cannot believe it's a whole. We'll talk about it next step, but like, it's crazy how much it's going nuts. I got to post more and see. I got to figure out more shit to do.
Check me out, Notion Baby on TikTok as well. Fucking boom. Sorry.
No, make sure you always plug that. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Oh, let's get the thumbnail before we forget.
Tommy.
Everyone, thank you for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, make a funny face. Smash the thumbs up. Hit subscribe below. Hit the notification bell.
Ding!
So you know when the new drops. Follow us everywhere on social media at The Movement. Yeah, Dan looks like a fucktard. I keep that one. Follow us everywhere on social at The Movement Fam. We drop basically at 8 p.m. Eastern every Monday. Obviously, it's after 8 p.m. Eastern and we're just recording, so this will be a bit late this week. But it was because I chose that. Mans needs to chill sometimes.
Exactly.
So I wasn't trying to stick this up, y'all. I apologize. I don't know why I did. I was like,
fuck
yeah,
you.
fucking
chill.
Get a dog up, yeah. Oh yeah, what we didn't do this episode.
There you go.
Need to do it, and we'll see y'all in person next week.
In person.
Person.
Meeting Notion for the first time.
Yeah, we all are.
We're all meeting Notion for the first time.
Dog, get it, dog. Wolf cunt, wolf, dogs. Your mom, fucking dogs.
Lovely. Cheers, mate.
Get a dog.